Welcome to the horror show. I'm Zed. We're gonna capture some zombies today. Hey, how's it going? I'm Zed. I'm a zombie hunter.
How you doing?
I hear you got a zombie problem.
Man, I got one in the backyard. Yeah, I think it might have ate my cat, but just a cat. It's a wife's cat. I don't care.
What was the cat's name?
The cat was Chewy.
Alrighty. All right, well, we're gonna go take care of the zombie in this backyard here. Now, you two, be careful. Why don't you follow me inside?
You don't need me in there, do you?
No. I want you to stay back here, stay safe.
All right, right through the gate.
It's already enough. I got these two guys. They signed off on the release forms. If they get killed, I don't get sued, so.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah. You don't worry about a thing, sir. I will find that zombie and I'll get it out of your yard. All right. So we're gonna close this door, make sure no more zombies get inside. All right, now the first rule of zombie hunting is you want to keep your voice down. Second rule is you want to make sure you're clear in every corner. You don't want no zombie sneaking up and biting you in the ass. Trust me, you don't. Third rule, you two, both of you guys, you gotta stay back, especially you, Mike. If worst case scenario, you run, all right? You run, you watch where you're going. You don't run backwards, too. That's a rule. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clear the area and make sure there's not two zombies. Follow me. Make sure. Check your six, check the corners. All right. Okay, I just broke the rule, keep my voice down, but that's all right. That's all right. What kind of car is that? All right, here we go. There's nothing there. Check underneath the vehicle. You always want to look. Get them crawlers. You don't want them crawlers. Be careful, Mike. Be careful. I don't want to tell you again, Mike. Let's just double check over here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now remember, you're in a situation where you're facing a zombie. Improvised weapon, you can find it anywhere. I got myself a nice custom-made zombie catching stick, but pitchfork, that'll kill him good. All right. But we're here on a non-kill mission. Let's go get the zombie. All right. Definitely hear it. I definitely hear it. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, now you stay back. There she is, man. She is really angry. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Get back, get back, get back. Here she comes, here she comes. All right, we're going to get this. Yeah, you want this? Oh, I got you, man. I got you. All right, folks, now see, she can't get me. She can't get me. She wants to get me, but she can't get me. Now, we're gonna be careful, and we're gonna take this zombie, and we're— oh, look out, Mike! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Quick, help Mike!
You okay?
I got bit. You got a tooth in it, man. It's deep.
All right, we got this zombie under control. All right. Now this one, well, yeah, you'll be all right, Mike. I got some anti-venom.
Oh, okay.
I got some of that anti-venom. Ooh, shit. This one. She. All right. So, we're gonna just clear her out of here. Come on. Come on. Come on.
You really do have some anti-venom, don't you?
Yeah, I got anti-venom. Hey, come on, zombie. No, zombie, this one. Hey, whoop, whoop, whoop. Come on. Come on.
I didn't know that would work.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. All right. Probably. Oh, shit. You almost got it. Now, you probably don't want to watch this part.
You have some anti-venom, don't you?
I think it's just—
Yeah, I got anti-venom.
Well, unfortunately, we had a killer. I wanted to take her humanely, but she bit Mike. Now, Mike, we're gonna hook you up with some anti-venom.
Oh, all right.
Here, I'll take your boom.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I hold it. I hold it.
Yeah, let's—
A little lightheaded.
A little lightheaded? Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, come on, son. I think she got you good. Well, here, why don't you go right here? I got the anti-venom right over here.
Oh, all right. On the back side of the—
Well, we're looking for a new sound guy, if anybody's available. This has been Zed the Zombie Hunter. Thanks for watching. I gotta go clear up some bodies. Well, you know, it was a successful day. We killed the zombie. I wanted to take it alive because I get a little bit more money when I give him to the scientists. But you know, she bit Mike, and you know, I don't want to get sued by Mike's family, so come on, we gotta go bury Mike.
Hi, this is Marsha Parker sucking dick. Sorry.
You're not a
I thought
fish.
that was funny.
You're
I
a
hope you got
man.
that on camera. No, that you're fired. Cut that for the spoiler review. Let me take a drink. I'm getting a little dry mouth.
So until next time, guys.
Sorry, I'm not a singer.
That's all right.
All right, ready?
Delirious. Love it.
Okay.
Yo, this is Fred, the Hammer Williamson, and you're watching the horror show. If you like horror shows, I mean, this is the show to watch, but if you don't like it, go watch something else. But if you like it, watch the horror show. Understand that? Ciao.
Hey everyone, I'm Cecil Laird,
Got Jaime and Fuego here.
and this is your horror show news
With booze! Salute,
Once
Senor.
again,
Greetings,
absolutely.
y'all. It's been a minute since we've seen y'all. A week and a half since the last news with booze.
Indeed, yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
And it was a lasting impression, that one.
Oh, I'm sure it was. So let's dispel some impressions, shall we?
Let's make sure that the sound is coming through on everyone before we get too far. Does everyone hear us okay? We got Chop Block in the house.
Yo,
we
dude.
got Scuba Steve Films. Scuba Steve, one of our patrons.
Death
Soul's here.
Twitch.
Movie Geek is here. Stephen G. Atkins, of course. The Death Twitch. S. Rose. Chris Wright. Chris Wright, the man nice enough to include us in his shout-outs on a weekly basis. You are awesome, sir. I'm not a big... I don't do, like, I don't know how to do the GIFs on the responses, so I don't do the responses. I just heart. We're good?
The sound is good, but it's like really
Really loud?
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
Really loud.
like, too loud.
What?
All right. Here, go check it. I brought it down a little bit.
All right.
Is that a little bit better, guys?
We have producer Dave helping us through some of the technical.
Is that a little bit less aggressive? Okay.
That's Movie
So
Dutch Geek 2.
they
Yo,
say
yo, yo.
sound is okay. It's a little clippy, so.
Where is his chopper?
Get
to the chopper!
Oops, I meant to send that message a while ago, Eric, before I actually said this. All right. How's that, producer Dave? He's watching from the other room, so making sure everything's okay.
Yeah, him and I are about to do retro reviews of both Michael Crichton Jurassic Park novels, so both The Lost World and Jurassic Park.
That's a little better.
Yeah, okay, sweet. So it turns out, guys, this coming week is going to be Jurassic Week.
Yes.
Because it's
Not to
going
be
to be...
confused with Triassic Week
No.
or Cretaceous Week or whatever. But
No, it's Jurassic Week because we're going to be doing reviews of all 5 of the Jurassic movies once the new one comes out. We did a review of Jurassic World for Fuegotainment, right?
Yeah,
I'm
couple
surprised
years ago.
I yielded that considering
I think
it was
so
a horror
too.
movie.
Yeah. I
But
guess
it's
the other thing
okay.
it was more so adventure action with a little
Probably
sprinkling
so,
of horror,
yeah.
and that was when you and I were just starting to do this stuff together too. So
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So we're going to present that. We're going to present the
Present
book
them.
reviews. And then we're also going to present something that producer Dave and I did, which was a special T-Rex breakout fan game. Ended up being a lot of fun, and I'm going to have Fuego do it tonight before he leaves, along with a Raptor in the Kitchen game. So it's going to be a lot of fun Jurassic-themed material this coming week, all of
we
which
have, Will
to
I
be
Like
filmed
Movies
tonight.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of fucking editing to do.
yes.
Anyway, CP is here.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a big CP fan. CP, I was glad to hear your news, I think, because that's kind of how you were, like, you know, it was, you know, it could have been worse kind of news, but it's okay. It's okay. At least it's, you know, it's not as scary as he was hoping, so I'm glad to hear that at least. All right, guys, so let's dive into this week's news stories.
Yes,
What
indeed.
dost thou say? And I'm going to remember to bring up the first one on time this time.
Do it. Now, so this is one that has a high nostalgia factor for maybe not as many people as I initially thought, because I was talking to a lot of friends in our age bracket of, you know, mid-30s, you know, late 20s, whatever, like basically in the last 10 10 years or so to my age, and I can't say a lot of them said that they were as fond of Arachnophobia as me, but I'm quite fond of this film, and I think it's been long enough that I'm totally up for a remake, as long as they don't do it like eight-legged freak shit and make it total CGI silliness. Otherwise, I think...
I disagree. I think it
Really?
is one of those cult favorites.
Yeah?
I think it absolutely is.
Well, I mean, it is. I thought it was more like a widespread. I thought it was more of a mainstream like thing as opposed to...
Arachnophobia did for people what Jaws did for sharks and what it did for clowns.
I still remember when the old
in
guy
my
got,
opinion,
when
it
the
did
old
that
guy
for
got
me.
bit by the one, and he said it felt like a cougar bit him or something. Like that scared me.
The one that got me was the kid in the football helmet, because I was playing football when that movie came out.
Yeah, I don't like arachnids, man.
No, man, dude, spiders are the worst. I can't stand them.
Yeah,
I went over to my Blu-ray section over there, which I haven't gone to organize in a while, and I reached down to grab one that was just sitting on the floor, and there was a little six-legged skittering right under my hand, and I'm like, oh my god! Like I screamed. I don't like I don't like pests of any kind, roaches and spiders specifically, but no, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Shit, what was the cockroach one?
Oh,
the
Dino
nest,
in the house.
And then there was ticks and stuff. But long story short, I actually, Dino, this was originally Amblin Entertainment, and I guess they will be reteaming on this with Atomic Monsters, is I believe the name of James Wan's new production company.
Cool.
That's working on a ton of different stuff from the boy, they're doing Swamp Thing for the DC streaming service. They're doing the Mortal Kombat relaunch, remake, whatever the hell you want to call it. So. Do you guys like Arachnophobia? Did you have as much fun with John Goodman killing a whole barn of spiders or whatever the hell it was, if I remember correctly?
Sorry,
as I did.
Background noise on.
Yeah, and also wasn't
Sorry.
and it also had Jeff Daniels in it too. He was like the scientist guy,
Yeah,
or whatever, if I remember correctly.
Dude,
yeah.
that whole that movie I thought was a very accomplished movie from the dude that's like over in the rainforest that gets bit and then has the spider hitchhike home back to America
his
with him.
Body, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then not only that, but the big giant egg sack at the end. I'm never gonna forget the giant egg sack at the end. Like there's some really awful
cringing and crawling.
Yeah, dude. There's some YouTube videos. There's that one where the person hits the spider with a broom, and it turns out the spider had all of its babies on its back, and so it just goes whoosh, all the babies just go skittering, and it's like a little giant cloud of spiders that just dissipates under the broom. It's the most disgusting thing.
That sounds so horrible to me. Anyway, do you guys like Arachnophobia? I think this is a cool idea. It's been long enough, and it's still not going to take away the original from us. So let's jump into the next story.
Alrighty then.
Which is all about the fact that Ryan Murphy just confirmed that Season 8 of American Horror Story is in fact going to finally be the crossover season that he hinted at like a year and a half, nearly 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah, we covered it a long time ago.
We covered it on the news. It was a long time ago, but he finally confirmed that it is indeed happening.
I don't know why that was such a surprise. I thought we always knew it was going to be the one after election.
I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure we did.
Well, Entertainment Weekly made a big ass thing about it. Yes, I know. It's finally happening. It's all happening. It's all happening. Your aura's purple. But you got Evan Peters coming back, Kathy Bates, it's Sarah Paulson, obviously, Billy she's coming back too. Carrie Fisher's little Dottie. So yeah, Coven is my favorite season of American Horror Story, and so and I enjoyed Murder House quite the bit, actually. It was super.
Murder House was good too.
It was super kinked out, but it's just really making me wonder which characters will in fact cross over. Obviously, with certain ones being dead, it's like, are we going to see Frankenstein Evan Peters from Coven, or are we going to see the ghosted serial killer, or not ghosted serial killer, the ghosted school killer?
Well, we'll
Evan
probably see the
Peters
ghosted family. You know, all of them, aren't they all there? I mean, at this point, they all
I
died
guess
in the house.
They did all die, except and we don't have Jessica Lange coming back. So
that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, or
well,
maybe
did she die in the house though? What do you mean?
No.
Stop broadcasting.
What?
Doing that loading thing.
No.
Damn it! Not again. Fucking what the fuck? Dropped frames detected.
I'm just like,
Stream continued. It says
dropped frames detected. Stream quality may be affected.
Are we going?
Are we back? I'm still
What
stuck
the
on
hell?
stupid expressions.
Are we back? Are we not back? What is going on? That video's done. Dude, the whole thing is fucked.
Jeez.
I don't know what's going on,
It's
man.
happening. It's going in and out.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, what can I do? It's the whole thing. Like, I checked the speed right before I started, and like, there's no. I'll drop resolution again, fucking to 720, I guess. I shouldn't need to though. Like, what?
Are we back? No.
All right, we're trying to be back, guys. I dropped the resolution to
720, right?
720. It's still already skipping. Oh my god.
Fudgicles, Bart.
I don't know what's going on. I'm not getting the speed I'm supposed to get from Cox, but I'm still getting 9 megabits per second, or whatever the hell it is, upload speed. Guys, can you hear us? Is this better at least? We sound good. Hey, okay, we're getting some thumbs up. Sorry about the drop in resolution. I'm gonna fucking call and scream the shit out of Cox again.
Yeah, he is.
I don't understand. This is over 6 months of problems we've been having with Cox at this point. Oh my god. I'm so angry right now. I'm so angry.
I'll take the lead.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, Season 8, badass, right? Actually getting to see that crossover and stuff. 2 of the best seasons of the show, at least for me. I know a lot of peeps think the quality dropped off after like, Coven Freak Show, somewhere around there. So, yes, let's jump to story number 3. And this is not...
Okay, we're jumping to story number 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, so let me give a little bit more of an opinion on story 2.
Yeah.
I liked both seasons actually more than some of the others, but I did like Asylum the best.
I know that was your favorite.
Coven was just fun. I liked the Axeman, and I liked some of the things that they did. I did not like some of the things they did. I liked Murder House more, so I'd be interested in this, but not super interested. I'd be more interested in an Asylum crossover, but anyway. Yeah. Okay, now let's move to the
Only
next
they could
story.
cross over Asylum with something. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
And this is all just one big, ginormous, scarific universe, right? So this is one where you're going to have some insight to impart, since I've never watched Lucifer.
Yes!
Lucifer was canceled by Fox just a couple weeks ago, and the fans began clamoring, and lo and behold, it has been revived for a 4th season on none other than Netflix of all platforms, which perhaps is a better home. Maybe they'll let them do a little bit more with it. I mean, being Fox and network television, I know they push the boundaries on Fox with certain shows, but I mean,
that's true. Actually, I hadn't thought of the new freedom the show's going to have.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll lean into that or not, or if they'll be like, well, the fans like the way it was, but
maintain the consistency they've had so
But it'd be
far.
awesome if they did. Here's the thing. I watched the first 2, maybe 3 seasons. I can't remember if I watched the 3rd or not. Wait, no, so this is the 4th season?
This will be the 4th season.
Okay, so no, I am 1 season behind. I watched the first 2 seasons. I've been meaning to get back and watch the 3rd because I actually really enjoy it. I am not a police procedural fan.
No, you're not.
But when you add in the fact that the guy helping the detective is the devil, and he occasionally shows his face, and he has sort of the liar power of making anyone say the truth to him, you know, any suspect or whatever, he'll be like, come on, you know you wanted to kill her. And sometimes he'll be like, yeah, I just had to do it, man. And then sometimes he'll be like, yeah, but I would never, like, you know, like, it's really interesting. And then the really
Power of
bad people
persuasion.
he'll actually show his real face to, and it'll kind of drive him insane and stuff like that. It's really awesome. I really enjoy the show, so I'm glad that it's saved, and I'm glad that means that Netflix is going to get the other seasons in order to prime everyone, and I'll finally be able to catch up on it. I've been catching up a lot through Netflix right now, and I've been having a good time, man. I've been enjoying it. Next up is Jessica Jones, and then the new Luke Cage, and then the new Glow, and the new Supergirl.
Just put out a new Glow.
Yeah, but I caught up on the first half of Flash, the first half of Legends, like everything leading up to the crossover, but I need the new Supergirls before I can do that. But the new Glow I'm really excited about. Glow is like one of my favorite shows of last year. It was just so much fun. It's the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
I love that wrestling stuff.
Yeah, man. It's a really enjoyable dramatization of that.
I've heard they've got the girl from Community on there, right?
I never watched Community, but David says I should. Producer Dave says I should really watch Community, considering it was made by Dan Harmon, who is one of the guys that co-created Rick and Morty. So it would follow that I would really enjoy that show.
Unbeknownst to me, yeah. I mean, that was a show that was revived by, I want to say Yahoo after it was canceled by NBC. But in any event, I digress. I think this is... Where's the Exorcist revival, though? They're being, like, saved or something. Because both those shows
I need to watch that, too. That was on NBC
time.
Also, wasn't it?
Exorcist was Fox.
So
Fox canceled both
That's on the
Lucifer.
YouTube show, too, so I should be able to do that.
Yeah, they canceled both Lucifer and The Exorcist the same day, and then this is the one that gets revived, and then, still nothing for The Exorcist. And they had ideas for a third season, too, so, oh well.
We'll see. I need to catch up on The Exorcist. I need to catch up on Preacher. I need to catch up on...
Preacher we have to catch up on before next Sunday, because maybe I'll try to bring you that season.
Yeah, if you can, I'll burn through it.
So you can run through it, and maybe we can do a season review next Sunday when the premiere is hitting.
Yeah, that'd be good. Are you coming Tuesday?
I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see. All
right.
I was like, maybe I could. Anyway,
right,
story 4. Unless you
Story 4, I'm sorry, I'm looking at comments. No, it's okay. We'll go to the comments at the end like we always do, because some people get annoyed when we get distracted by them. So
it's like a 50-50, I feel like. There's some people who like us.
Some people like us to
with each story. And
I know, but,
Minotaur was awesome from Coven. Yes, Rob, yes!
No, the Minotaur rape scene was not so awesome. Anyway, what's the next story, Fuego? It appears that it has to do with both Jordan Peele and a giant purple Hulk with wings.
Big old gargizzles. Yeah, that's right. So
actually, I never watched Gargoyles, but I always wanted to. Always wanted to.
Man, as far as mid-90s
There's a Gargoyles fan film that I actually have set aside for us to watch. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're fine. As far as mid-90s cartoons go, like early to mid-90s cartoons, I still feel like dealt with some of the best adult themes for like Saturday morning and afternoon television for kids that I've ever really seen, whether it was Batman the Animated Series, X-Men, Spider-Man, whatever. And Gargoyles was another one from the voice talents that they had from a couple of Star Trek people. Jonathan Frakes, Michael Dorn were on this show. And they built such a deep mythos about New York City and then just the secret world of gargoyles and stuff like that. And if you have somebody like Jordan Peele, who apparently approached Disney with a pitch, I guess they didn't like his pitch.
Oh.
So he wants to make a Gargoyles film, and they didn't just outright deny him, but apparently they are claiming to be kind of ruminating on it and what industry...
Let us think about it, rich man.
And what people are speculating in the insiders at this point, is that they think Disney is just going to mull it over long enough for him to just find another project, and then he'll just lose interest and stop the pitch process. This is actually a show that I was thinking maybe you would have watched at one particular point, but I guess...
I watched like an episode or two when I was at a friend's house at the time, but I don't hang out with that friend anymore, and I never really watched it outside of that. I'm not against it. I do like the idea, obviously, but I think gargoyles are a underutilized thing in the horror genre. I think
from the dark side.
Why has no one ever done just a straight up college group that has traveled to Notre Dame and all the gargoyles attack on the night of Notre Dame or some shit like that? Just make it up, and all the gargoyles come to life and attack the students.
You're coming up with your pitch right here, man.
Why not? I mean, why not? Let's get a gargoyles horror movie going on, because we've seen a lot of stuff try and do it. We have a Jurassic World. That did the pterodon picking up the lady and dropping her into the mosasaur pen.
Oh, which was hard.
And then I just rewatched Kong, and there were a lot of those birds that picked people up and took them off into the... And so how cool would it be to see a live action gargoyle that is big enough to actually pick someone up, dig their toes into their shoulders and like lift them up and carry them away without anyone. They're shooting at them, but they're stone, so like the bullets don't do anything. Like that's a pretty cool thing to see.
I've always been the most frightened by stuff that is like aside from my ground dwelling element. So flying creatures and swimming creatures are the ones that have always like freaked the shit out of me the most for whatever reason. So. Yeah, I mean, would you consider Jeepers Creepers kind of a gargoyle-y kind of thing?
You could call him a gargoyle, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't turn to stone, so not traditionally, but he is...
He's got some of
he's
the
in the vein, and actually you're right, he has
and
the same thing with the toes and everything. He picks people up in the second movie. I didn't even think about that, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so if this was...
Kind of like Jeepers Creepers, though. All right, you and Kevin are on the same wavelength. Whatevs. Whatever. There could be more movies that do it besides Jeepers Creepers. It's a lot cooler if it's stone gargoyles that move slower but can't be stopped because they're freaking stone.
And now I'm thinking of the scene in Gremlins 2 where the flying gremlin gargoyle thing rolls in the cement and then goes up on perches on top of the building and becomes the little...
like that's great.
And also the segment in Tales from the Dark Side, dude, where the artist sees the gargoyle-y thing and then it tells him, it's like, okay, I will let you live as long as you never tell anyone about me ever, and the twist is so good. I love it. With this story, though, I was just
By the
wondering...
way, you've gotten crap about not finishing your Tales from the Dark Side series.
Tales from the Dark Side sucks. I'm sorry.
You gotta finish it, man.
I know, I have to, but it was getting pretty arduous as I was like starting the second season or so. I will get to it at some point, but I just couldn't approach it with the same vigor as Tales from the Crypt. I'm sorry. The last little thing that I had to say about this, though, was I'm wondering if the pitch was entailing him doing it kind of pseudo Lion King style with like full CGI lifelike looking gargoyles along with real people, because that the TV series had real people interacting with gargoyles and everything. So the gargoyles. Anyway, we're gonna be segueing now into something that I'm gonna call the King Corner, y'all. That's right.
Oh, snap!
Yeah.
Starting off with.
This was some big ass news for me. I even jumped into the Facebook group thread that we have constantly going, and I was just like, holy shit, this casting. I think Dirk and I were going back and forth about it at one particular point. So I was already excited about Mike Flanagan. It's coming out January 24th of next year, doing this Dr. Sleep movie, which is a sequel to The Shining. There's been a lot of speculation about how faithful to the Kubrick version they're going to be, or are they going to try to mush elements of the Kubrick film and the in the original source material, The Shining, which is drastically different in both the ending and tone and stuff like that. But Dr. Sleep is an amazing novel. I loved the hell out of it. The True Knot were a truly scary force to be reckoned with for me. And grown-up Danny Torrance, a little kid on the trikey, going around in the Kubrick film and stuff, talking to his little finger and all that weird shizzle. Yes, none other than Ewan McGregor is going to be playing him as the lead in the live-action movie. So they're really going for it with this, man. They are going to bank in the marketing, in my estimation, that this is a sequel to The Shining.
A sequel to the most popular horror movie of all time.
Or they could go the
King's It is that now.
Yeah, and they could go the Hereditary route where they're like, the sequel to the scariest movie of all time.
This generation's The Shining because it's the sequel
to The Shining. But man, I think this film is in good hands, and once again, they're putting their money where their mouth is by casting an actor of this esteem. They even I saw a few side-by-sides of him in a particular film, and he was doing kind of a bowl cut kind of thing in this movie, and they had him next to the young actor that played Danny Torrance. Oh, yes, he did.
The only Danny Torrance I think of is the TV Danny Torrance, the kid with the chipmunk cheeks and the teeth.
Kiss, and that's what I've been missing.
That shit, okay, I'll be honest, that shit made me cry the first time I watched it.
I like the TV miniseries. It's more faithful to the book.
Yeah, that's what I've been missing. And when his ghost is there at the end, like all Obi-Wan style.
Well, you get some flavor. You get some flavor exactly like that in the Dr. Sleep book.
Really?
Because they go back to the site of the Overlook where it used to be. Because in the book, the Overlook is blown the fuck up.
Just like in the miniseries.
Yeah. So
a much more accurate miniseries,
which King scripted himself. So yeah. What do you think of this casting?
That's
what he thinks of this casting.
I had that on deck, ready to go. No, you know what? I love Ewan McGregor. I pronounce it like Uwe Boll. No, Ewan McGregor is great. I'll be interested to watch it. The Shining was. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The Shining was never one of my favorite horror movies.
Me neither. I think it's beautifully shot, But beyond that, I get a lot of crap from people because of the fact that I'm such a King purist that, you know, I just can't. From a visual standpoint, it's a gorgeous film, but I feel like it's very one note in certain aspects, and it really, I don't know, it compromises a lot of character development just for sheer shock and awe kind of thing. So
fair enough.
I don't know. I'm very excited for this film though, and since Danny Torrance starts out, you know, like basically in the same position that his father was, except without a family, and he's kind of a wanderer, man, and he's just going from city to city, like, you know, boozing and drugging and, you know, like just bedding down with sleazy women, and that I'm thinking of Trainspotting, Ewan McGregor, and how just
never seen it.
Okay, well,
never seen it or the sequel.
Nonetheless, I feel like he can play this sort of character that goes through a redemptive arc, and I'm so stoked for this movie, y'all. I see it as far as this.
How is it compared to The Shining? Give The Shining book a level out of 10, and give Dr. Sleep a level out of 10.
This is going to be a controversial assessment, but
snap! That's what I want to hear.
I prefer Dr. Sleep to The Shining.
Ooh!
We doggies, yeah. I would give Dr. Sleep like an 8, and I would give The Shining like a 7.
Okay.
The Shining is still really good. And
why is Dr. Sleep better, do you think?
It just works better for me. I don't know. I like the fact that there is kind of a shimmering kind of redemptive aspect for the character. I like the fact that it turned out, but maybe I went in with such low expectations being a sequel. You know, I wasn't thinking it was going to do its own thing as well as it did, but yet still have connective tissue. King has proven with the Mr. Mercedes trilogy, even with some of the stuff with The Outsider, with some of the Dark Tower books, that he can do sequels that can build upon ideas that you've seen before and yet still do something completely different. I really like the idea of a bunch of, they're almost like psychic vampires that go around sucking the id and the life force out of kids with the Shining. Kids with the Shine, these old people in Winnebagos that are like psychic vampires, they basically go around, they kidnap kids, they torture them because it helps to just get the little gaseous stuff that comes out when they kill them, and they suck that shit down, and it turns them from old people it makes them young again. And Rose the Hat, or whatever her name is, who is the lead villain, it's a female villain in this actually, who leads this crazy band that's going all over the country and kidnapping and killing these kids. It's a frightening book, and it's very well written, and I dig it, man. I really dug this book.
To the commenters,
yes,
you know, there's a way you guys can force me to watch Trainspotting. Just go to the Horror Show channel on Patreon.
It's not a horror movie, dude.
It's okay.
It's got some horrific moments.
Hey, y'all can still. Hey, you can request any movie you want. Yeah, exactly. So they can request any movie they want on the Patreon, and we will review it for the channel, because it will be a Patreon review.
I want to see
the Patreon, by the way, guys, is live. The link is in the description box down below. Please feel free to jump on there, and you can control what content we make.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Next story!
The King Corner continues because of the fact that, check it out, just like when Sleeping Beauties was coming out, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, but they have already announced that The Outsider is being made into a 10-episode limited series.
How do you feel about that, having just read it? Does it deserve 10 episodes?
It's almost 600 pages, so I think they could stretch it.
Should they stretch it?
Well, they stretched 1122 to 10 episodes, and they still didn't cover everything. King's stuff is really dense, as you've stated many times. They did the first season of Mr. Mercedes, and that book was only like 4 or something, maybe almost 5. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, I mean, I think 10 episodes is enough time where you could do this some justice. And it was my favorite Stephen King book since Revival, and I think it's one of his best of the decade. So I'm all for this. The same team that produced and put together Mr. Mercedes and its upcoming second season are also doing this as well.
Okay.
Yeah. MRC is on this. I know I've told you a little bit about the premise of this, about, you know, man, you're seeing some comments, aren't you?
I apologize, everyone, about my yell. They're all like, Jesus, my ears. See so
my freaking ears.
R.I.P. my cat's nap. That made me laugh, Sky. Thank you.
That is.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
just to give you a little bit and to remind you about what this is about. So it takes place in the Midwest, and there is a smaller community where this guy is a fixture of the community. He's, a local Little League baseball player. He's a school teacher, and all of a sudden he is accused of the murder and the rape and murder, very grisly and disgustingly, of this young, it's like a 12-year-old boy. And there's physical DNA evidence there on the crime site. And yet he has an alibi, because he was at a conference, and there's witnesses with these teachers that went to the conference with him. So what happened? That's essentially the setup of this, and it goes in some interesting directions. It's got a mystery aspect to it. There is... maybe I shouldn't say, but there's a tie-in with another character who showed up in the Mr. Mercedes trilogy, who I really, really liked. So, yeah, long story short, I think this is going to be damn good with the Mr. Mercedes team behind it, and it's definitely worthy of 10 episodes, I think. It'll be an 11/22. It's not going to be second and third seasons and stuff like that, like what we saw with...
Just a one and done.
It's a one and done. It's going to be just like 11/22. It's going to be a limited series.
I trust your opinion on it.
An event series.
I haven't watched Mr. Mercedes. I haven't read either that or The Outsider, so I just have to defer to you on this one, my friend. But, further Stephen King adaptations are enticing for me. I did read the jacket of this book. I told Fuego that it's something interesting. There's this weird sort of power when you pick up a Stephen King novel off the rack and you just hold it in your hand. Like, they put extra effort into the hardcovers, and there's texture and things like that, and you just feel like you're holding something special compared to a lot of other books. So I was interested. However, the topic and the jacket itself, the story, did not interest me because it sounded just like a standard murder mystery that might have some weirdness to it, but that's not enough to draw me in.
It gets there. It goes in some weird places, and it's interesting. Yeah.
So anyway,
so
I have not much to say about this, but I trust in you and the King, El Rey.
Nice, exactly. Hail to Stephen King, y'all. And the last bit of King information we're doing is that in a recent statement by the head of Amazon Studios... She actually...
No! I skipped it! No! I missed one.
We'll get there.
I missed one. I got it.
That's all right.
It's okay. It's coming. I got it.
He's coming. I got it. Yeah, that works.
I got it. Hang on. I got another one, too.
This is my shout-out to Rob.
Sorry, guys. I thought I had them all. I skipped a story, apparently.
There we go.
There it is.
There it is, you guys.
Boom, shakalaka. All right. Sorry about that, y'all.
So the head of Amazon Studios, which is, Amazon's separate arm that does all of the developmental content for both Prime and for theatrical releases as well, she was asked in a recent interview about new content being put forth and what the status was as far as whether it's been killed or, whether it's still in development of the Dark Tower prequel television series that they have had.
Based on the comics?
Based on the comics, exactly. So it's going to be young Roland's story.
Roland Deschain?
Yeah, Deschain, exactly right. And there's so much that they can
Everyone
do.
that's ever read it has pronounced it Deschain in their heads.
And then you read Stephen King, and you realize he pronounces
That's why
it just
I pronounced it correctly.
Yeah, which, I mean...
For thy benefits.
Well, I called it Bangor for the longest time, and then you hear people in Maine, and they call it Bangor.
Oh, I've heard Bangor.
Yeah.
Never heard
Deschain.
Banger.
Banger.
Banger, Maine, baby.
Banger, Maine.
I'm from Banger.
Yeah, we eat lots of them lobsters and Banger.
I'll give you one guess as to what we do to our women's.
We feed them clam chowder. All right.
Where'd your mind go? You're sick. Banger.
Terrible. Although, it's more like, no, Banger.
Banger.
They get our clam chowder. Banger. Take them down that road.
A lot of history down there, that woman.
A lot of history on that woman. Anyway.
That woman's got lots of road down her.
I always like talking that road, that woman. Anyway, guys, it's apparently still happening. It is still in development, and it is at least going to go to pilot from what she was saying. The problem is with Amazon Studios pilots, it could be just like that shitty...
Banger. I hardly know her.
It could end up just as bad.
Good one, Adam M. Sorry.
It could end up just as bad as like the Zombieland TV series or various other ones that went to pilot, and then they have that voting system, you know, that they do on Amazon where people decide, you know, their consumers, their audiences decide what ends up getting to go to series. So it's at least in development. We may end up just like with Andy Muschietti's Lock and Key, have a pilot that nobody ever really gets to see beyond that, or if even ever, which would be a bummer because, you know. But there is at least things still happening. As pissed off as I was about the Dark Tower film, this at least still gives me hope. It makes me wonder if it will be a full-blown retcon, you know, or if they, you know, who knows. I'm actually planning in August to rewatch.
Of course it's going to be a what do you think they're going to cast?
Idris Elba was originally confirmed to be in it in like flash forwards or something, but so nobody knows if that is still going to be the case. So if they
cast a young black man instead of a young white man, you'll know.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's really how it's going to be determined.
Yeah,
really,
I guess so. But you know, I'll roll with it either way. It's a controversial topic, but I would still prefer somebody that has blue eyes and looks like the people on the books. But that's, you know, that's probably not a popular.
Mein Führer.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I'm getting racked over the coals. I guess I deserve that for the last News with Booze, but
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I mean, I just want him to be a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Adonis.
I just want him to look like Clint Eastwood, like he was described and looked like.
I'm making a joke. Oh my god! All right, what's the next story?
The next story is like totally that Telltale Games is doing a Stranger Things game. They just announced it.
You know how you know it's Telltale? They lean over to you and they go, "I will tell you a tale."
You want to know what he just said to me?
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
But like, there's a microphone, fuckers. We heard what he said. Okay, so Telltale. Have you ever played a Telltale game before?
I have watched people play the Telltale games. I've seen a Batman one, and I know they've done an extensive amount of Walking Dead ones. They're about to release the final season of The Walking Dead, and we interviewed the girl, right? Marcia did, Clementine?
Yes, Melissa Hutchinson.
Here you go.
She plays Clementine, and yes, the upcoming season of the Telltale's The Walking Dead is going to be the last season, and she was telling us about that recording at Game On Expo last year. So they're about to have Game On Expo again, which makes me think I should probably release your last two episodes, considering it's almost a year.
They were both Mortal Kombat episodes.
Right? Yeah, 2 more Mortal Kombat episodes.
Did you ever
coming at ya?
Did you ever put
a
Johnny
year
Cage
late?
out?
What?
Did you ever put Johnny Cage out?
No, Johnny Cage.
That was the best one.
I know. I was waiting because Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. I have those two left.
I was hitting on.
And I know. That's why I wanted to save them. Like I should have just done Mortal Kombat Week, but we have so much content to do. I couldn't do it. So they'll be coming soon. Did you see the comment on our creepypasta interview, by the way?
No, I didn't.
There was one that was just 2 words that made me laugh so hard. It just said "illusions shattered."
I wonder what they're referring to exactly.
Oh, gee, the fact that you never see his face when he's doing all of his stuff.
Oh, well, I've never watched the creepypasta videos, and I don't know.
He talks about it. He's an audio guy.
I know that, but
he does all voiceover. No one knows what he looks like until you watch interviews like that.
Man, so not even on like the Instagram or anything like that? Oh, shizzle.
Well, I don't know. Maybe on the Instagram.
Pull the curtain back.
Yeah, just the 2 words, illusions shattered.
Okay, well,
made me laugh so hard.
That is funny. But so Telltale, it's choose your own adventure? Is it just?
It is a choose your own adventure. It is mostly point and click. They got more actiony because they just did a whole Batman Telltale series.
That was the one that I recently heard about.
Yeah, I didn't play any of those. I played the first 2 Fables games because I have all the Fables comics.
Yeah,
they did.
Vertigo, right?
Yeah, they did. They did a 5-episode one that was great. It was I can't remember. The Wolf Among Us is what it was called. Because it was about Big B Wolf, the big bad wolf, who is the sheriff of Fabletown.
It makes me think of a line from Cycle and the Werewolf by Stephen King. It's "The beast walks among us." I've always loved that line.
Well, but so the game thrives on you choosing your own adventure, and characters die and some characters live, and vice versa, depending on how you play. you shape the game.
So that
and
gives some replayability, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The first Walking Dead one definitely made me cry. Never got through the rest.
Aww.
Just because I just ended up not having the patience to sit through those games when there were so many other games to play, and frankly, and a horror show game too. Because she actually we did the Michonne. Yeah. She did the Walking Dead Michonne Telltale game on the channel.
Was that like a prequel to when she shows up on the TV
I think
series?
so, yeah. I think so. But anyway, yeah, the Telltale Back to the Future game. Ben Grimm reminds me they did a Back to the Future game. So,
nice.
So you know what? But to do the Stranger Things, they'll get all the kids because they're not super expensive yet.
Yeah.
So I'd be on board for this.
It makes me wonder where, like, in the timeline they would go with it, like between seasons 1 and 2, or like.
That's right. They did a Guardians of the Galaxy one too.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. Damn, way to go, Rubber Soul.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, would you be excited to play a Stranger Things game? What about you?
Of course I would. I want to.
Would you actually take the time to do it? Is the question.
Yeah, therein lies the challenge, and that's why I don't play video games anymore. Is because like.
That's why you don't play video games anymore?
Lack of time. Yeah. I mean, I always enjoyed dude, you have no idea how much I've wanted to buy a Switch and play Breath of the Wild. But when I have friends who have played hundreds and hundreds of hours on that fucking game already, and they're telling me they haven't even beaten it yet. A friend tells me, unlike Link to the Past, or excuse me, Ocarina or whatever, it takes like an hour to get from one end of the map to the other. Like a legitimate hour. That's crazy to me.
So excited.
Yeah.
Because you can just take that anywhere. And once this show gets where we want it to be, we're going to be traveling across the country with it, and so we'll need stuff to keep us busy on planes and stuff. Thinking ahead, bro. Thinking ahead.
There you go.
We might not get to Breath of the Wild for about 3-4 years, but we'll be sitting on the plane together playing it side by side.
That would be tremendous. Like, I never even finished Skyward Sword, and I didn't even have a Wii U, so that was...
Dayton Haman is here. Munster Deacon is here. Hey, what's up, buddy? I've been on a stream or two with him on another channel, and... Sweet, good to see him. Good to see him.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're excited about Telltale's Stranger Things.
No, and you know what? I almost forgot to mention that last week, before the news notes were put together for this week, they announced that there's going to be a prequel novel for Stranger Things as well. Yeah, prequel novel. Penguin Books.
Novel tie-ins are interesting to me.
They're often hit and miss, man. Yeah.
Apparently, there's a third Five Nights at Freddy's novel coming out that is going to wrap up that trilogy. And I lost my copy of the first book. It's literally just disappeared from my life. So I need to rebuy that. You were still
reading it, right?
I was. I had just barely started it. So I really want to read. Oh my God!
You really want to
news with booze. That's that frog I swallowed earlier. Oh my God! No. Jesus Christmas. Move on.
That was
What's
fun.
next? Next.
All right. Next up is actually a funny little tweet that we saw from Fede Alvarez just earlier this week. So everybody knows Copa Mundial, the World Cup is going on right now. Unfortunately, my United States embarrassed the fuck out of me and didn't make it for the first time in 32 years, which is pretty terrible. But apparently somebody tweeted at Feed
are we done talking about soccer?
Fede or whatever. Hey, it's called football, bro. But anyway.
Are you in fucking Puerto Rico?
Yeah, but
are you in Brazil?
There's no reason.
Are you in Uruguay?
No,
you're in fucking America. So what do we call it?
Uruguay is actually why we are talking about this, because of the fact that I don't know if he's originally from or if that's just team he roots for, family there or whatever, but that somebody tweeted at him the other day. They're like, okay, we know you've been hinting at it for a while. Will you promise to make Evil Dead 2 if Uruguay wins the World Cup? And he was like, definitely. He was like, unanimous thing, which leads me to believe
now I have to cheer for Uruguay.
I know, and that's what Bloody Disgusting even said
actually,
too.
Honestly, that makes me excited because now I can go to a bar and actually have a horse in the race.
So now you're gonna watch the Uruguay games.
Now I would watch the Uruguay games in the World Cup,
which makes it even funnier that that's who you mentioned just now.
That's true. I always liked Uruguay and Paraguay when I was learning about them in grade school. Yeah. I don't know why. Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile.
I don't even know if I have a horse in the race.
All the South American countries.
I guess my buddy Andres, he was very stoked when Sweden made it, and Sweden beat out Italia. So I guess I'm cheering Sweden tomorrow. So there you go. But
triggered.
Anyway, Evil Dead 2, man. I mean,
yes, fuck yeah. I would much rather Evil Dead 2 over Don't Breathe 2 because he put that tweet out not too long ago.
Yeah,
also.
That was a few weeks ago, and we talked about that. So,
yes.
I mean, I would like to see both, but at this point, after the loss of Bruce Campbell to the Evil Dead universe, maybe even throw in like Kelly and I mean, no.
No.
No flavor from the show?
No cross-pollination. Not until I've seen the 3rd season. Thank you very much.
Oh, I see.
I don't know how everyone ends up.
Well, they left it on kind of a cliffhanger.
Netflix has season 1 and 2 now, right?
And they will they will possess 3, and that's why.
When?
I'm not sure. Probably sometime this fall. Probably sometime this fall. No, and that was the destination similar to Lucifer, where everybody was hoping after they got canceled by Starz, they started that petition, and then it was Bruce who was like, "No, I'm not going to come back for a 4th season now because I'm too butthurt."
Yeah. Y'all didn't like me in my 3rd season. Why should I come back for a 4th season?
Viewership went down so much. I'm not even going to make another Bubba Hotep, man. So yeah,
I was almost on his goddamn fucking reality show too. How cool would that have been, man?
Awesome. But hey, such is life. Well, so for all
season 3 is on Netflix. Movie Geek, don't you fucking dare!
I don't know if it's on there
already. Don't you dare! Movie Geek, you better go check right now because I looked not a week ago and
Let's
it was
check on
not.
Our phones right now.
No, that's his job. We're doing the news. Movie Geek, you go double check right now and you tell me if you're right. If you're right,
he's in Europe though, dude.
I'll let you pick a movie for us to review.
It might be different region.
Oh wait, that's not fair.
Yeah, he's in Europe.
Damn it, Movie Geek! How dare you? Ash vs. Evil Dead season 3 is now on Netflix. Check, Fuego.
Oh, so I am going to check now.
Now check. Now I don't believe it. Hexbug. Hexbug says bye-byes. Don't know why Hexbug
We're looking. You know, you can actually take the reins on this next story then.
Yes!
Because of the fact that this is for all our Killer Flicks buddies.
All those in the Killer Flicks house say yeah!
Say what?
Guys, there is a little bit of Halloween news. There's Halloween news every damn week.
Wait, is there a Halloween movie coming out this year?
Guys, if you didn't know, there's a new Halloween movie coming out this year. Holy crap.
Damn, really?
Oh, our trailer reaction's over like $5,000, so people know. People know we know.
That's that new thing called sarcasm that's really popular with all the kids in the towns these days.
I checked it. Rubber Soul says only 2. See?
Yes.
Movie Geek, it might be different in your neck of the woods.
Different in Europe, way.
But it is not available here in the US of A.
We don't have it yet, damn it!
Movie Geek, how dare you? Get our hopes up! Alright, so basically this story is all about the fact that apparently the people behind this Halloween reboot, or at least specifically the writers, Danny McBride and David Gordon Green, thank you, have said that they would very much like to make a sequel to it, but of course the studio, I'm sure, is telling them it depends on the actual performance of it. Now, Fuego, I would like to get your opinion on this because...
The film is coming out October 19th, by the way.
During the stream that I did with CP and who did I do that with? Who did we talk to? Yeah, CP and Cody.
To CP and Cody, and
briefly, you were there too, right?
Or no? Briefly to Jason, or you talked?
Yeah.
The Hereditary.
Yeah, the Hereditary.
I was here. So I was here for all 2.5 hours.
No, but did we talk? Is that when we talked about the Halloween budget, or not budget, but the take? What we think it's going to be? The take?
Yeah, when we were given box office projections.
Right. So what was yours again? I couldn't remember.
For the opening weekend or for total?
Total,
I said it was going to break 100. I think I said like
you really think it's going to break 100?
I totally do, dude. Yeah.
Why?
I think it's going to do like maybe 120, 130, something like that.
What do you think opening weekend's going to be?
Opening weekend, I say... This is one that I would really like to look at the Rob Zombie numbers before I make a projection.
Nope.
I'll say maybe 40. 35, maybe
so
40.
If you think it's only going to make $40 million in its opening weekend, it's going to cross 100
domestically. Yeah, I think it'll have some staying power.
But no way, dude. There's no movie that opens at 40 that crosses at 100.
It comes out in the middle of October, though.
There's no movie that crosses 100 after only making 40 opening weekend because it drops by 50%.
Let's say the drop off is only like let's say because
every
it's
week
October
is at least a 50%
and we're creeping
drop.
closer and closer to Halloween, the drop is only like 30%.
There's only 2 weeks before Halloween if it opens the 19th.
October 19th, and then and then there's another weekend, but I guarantee like that'll do a lot of midweek business, dude. It really will.
It's not going to cross $100 million.
Me and Cecil Laird
none of the Halloween movies broke. $35 million maybe, top out at 100 if it's really, really good. $90 million ballpark, says Monster Deacon. I said it will not break $100 million, and both...
Brandon thinks it's going to top it.
There's no fucking way.
I don't think
there's no fucking way, Brandon.
I don't see that happening.
I am so like that hurts me on a level where like I really respect Brandon's opinion a lot of times.
Don't do that.
But now, like the fact that he just said that made me like, dude, what are you thinking? There's no way. It was the foundation of so many people's fear of clowns. That touched everyone that touched the zeitgeist in a way that nothing else will. Yeah. Nothing else in the horror genre is going to hit the way that it did. Nothing, not even the sequel to it.
No, not at all. And that was lightning in a bottle.
No.
And I mean,
oh my God, to say it's going to beat it, Brandon, no way. There's not that many Michael Myers fans. The Michael Myers fans, here's what I'm finding out. The Michael Myers fans are super, super vocal.
Yes,
super vocal.
We've seen.
Which is ironic because he's the quietest killer out there. But
even more quiet than, well, I guess him and Jason are on kind of an equal level of quiet. I mean,
well, Jason at least breathes. And I guess you hear Michael's breathing when they cut to inside the mask view, where you hear. But there's no way. Brandon triggered me. It's breaking 100. Kevin Ketchy says, "You guys are nuts."
Oh, Chase is on there. Chase, what's up, buddy? Long time, man.
Chase,
hope you're
Chase,
good,
what's up? Yeah, no, there's no way it breaks 100 million.
I still stand by that it's at least going to break 100.
So what happens when I'm right and everyone else is wrong? Or what happens when I'm wrong and everyone else is right?
Well, do we need to lay out this bet here?
Out. I feel like let's come up with a video and we'll do a straight up Halloween bet. And maybe I'll do a straight up one-on-one bet, or maybe a 4-person bet.
It has to be like a dare kind of thing, like with where Dave ate all the jelly beans, or something like that. Or I mean, it has to be something like.
All right, I'm going to work on that behind the scenes. I'm going to work on that behind the scenes.
We have time.
Betting on the box office. We'll call it betting on the box office.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to reach out to them and do a betting on the box office video.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm down.
That's absolutely going to happen.
Well, so obviously back to the initial story.
I think Cecil is wrong. Says, "Hail to the King." Ooh, "Hail to the King." That's a good title. Very wrong.
Hail to the King.
Man, listen, I will be willing to eat crow if I'm wrong, but I think you guys are dramatically overestimating this.
We're going to have to go out into the desert, kill a crow, cook that fucker, and make this guy eat it.
If you're right, I'll do a challenge of your choice, as I'm assuming what he's saying. Jerk says, if I'm right, he'll do a challenge of my choice. That is fine. And Jerks, maybe I'll say the same in reverse. Maybe I will. We'll see. Let me think about it. No more beans, please, says Dave.
One other tidbit to mention here is that apparently in the same interview where they're talking about their desire to make a sequel, Gordon Green and Danny McBride both
Halloween
said...
is solid on hype, but that's not... You're wrong, Cecil. Sorry, says Chase Smith even. You guys, it's not going to cross 100.
Oh...
Domestically.
Yeah, domestically. It's going to cross 100.
My highest is 125. At most, it makes 125. But
whoa, you're changing your tune now, bro.
I said that the very first time I brought it up. I said at most, it might go 125. But still, I'm sticking with the no more than 100 thing. Because there's no way. It would have to open at 60 or 70 million to cross 100.
I still think it's going to have mad rewatchability throughout that month, man. Pre-screenings will be on the 18th, and then, preview night or whatever. And then that's like almost 2 weeks.
Cecil is so wrong, says Marcus the Carcass, which is a good name, by the way.
Marcus the Carcass, yeah,
that's a good
dope.
name.
That's dope status.
Oh, Happy Death Day made 55 million domestically. Yeah, but that had the millennials. Halloween doesn't have the millennial appeal that Happy Death Day did. I'm telling you guys, I know this stuff. I'm telling you.
There was a very minimal marketing campaign behind...
You're going to lose, brother. Oh my God, I want everyone that's going to be wrong to send me something. Send me an apology letter. Send me a 50-cent piece. I don't know. But, this is going to be incredible. I'm going to have to eat either a lot of crow or soak up a lot of fucking you were rights.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be doling out I told you so's like fucking $5 bills at the strip club. Because is that what people do? $5 bills?
They make
is it
it
five?
rain.
Are
Well,
they 20s? Are they 10s?
I think it's
5s?
usually
What is
ones
it?
depending on the strip club, but I don't go to those places. They're a waste of money. Movie Dutch Geek is saying Will Carpenter.
I'm a millennial, and I can tell you, yes, it does.
Will Carpenter.
But you don't have like the. Sorry, go
You're
ahead.
fine. You're fine.
I'm sorry.
No, he was just asking, will Carpenter do the soundtrack? It's been confirmed Carpenter is doing the soundtrack. And the one other thing that I wanted to mention is that in that interview where they were saying that they hope for a sequel,
Make it rain with a kilt.
did you know they were originally pushing that they wanted to film 2 movies back to back? That was their original plan. That was what they wanted to do, and Blumhouse wouldn't let them.
Watch, it's going to make $113 million.
I think the reason that they're hoping that they could have done that is because then they could have at least had Jamie Lee for 2 movies, because you know she is not returning for a second film.
No.
I predicted that.
No, she's going down in this.
Yeah, this is a one and done. It's not going to be like, hey, let's bring her back like in Resurrection and kill her ass at the beginning in some stupid fashion. Like, I don't see that happening. So.
I'm just going to be so interested to see.
100 mil! 100 mil!
So what is your actual prediction? Just over 100? That's all you're saying?
No, like I said earlier, like maybe 120, 130.
Okay, so that's about what I said anyway, but whatever.
Well,
all right, guys. Well, let's go to the
go to the commenties.
If it breaks 100 million on its opening weekend, then I'll do a review of a cute kids movie. All right, I can see that.
Like
can't spell Cecil without an L. How dare you, Kevin? That hurts. I think it'll make a lot of money. Death Twitch. Hey, if anyone can verify my ability to call box office, it's the Death Twitch, because I was the one that said way early on that it was going to be the most popular horror movie of all time, and boom, it ended up being the most popular horror movie of all time. I called that early, and I'm saying that is not the same case with Halloween.
I don't know, bro.
I love that people think I'm wrong, though. It's okay. Look, hey, every show's got to have a villain.
Does that give
and
you
it might as well
motivation?
be the guy that created the show. I might as well be the villain. You be the long-haired hero.
Long-haired whatever guy.
Long-haired hero. All the girls will be the heroes, too. I'll do it. That's fine. I'll take it on. I'll take it on.
He's going to take it all. I'll take all that you
I like Michael Myers in Wayne's World 1 and 2. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that.
Excellent.
All right, so fuck Don't Breathe. Hated that movie. Bring on Evil Dead 2, says Kevin Ketchy. All right, agreed. Let's see. Cecil, I'm doing good. So glad I made the stream tonight. Love the Drunken News Roundup. Beautiful. Love you, Monster Deacon. Thank you very much for joining us. All right, going back. Yeah, I mean, there's no specific... Guys, are there any specific questions for us? Let's just do that, because we've been kind of monitoring the comments as we go before we sign off. Amanda Tamayo, hey, I'm a fan of Halloween, but I'm torn how much the movie will make. I'll definitely watch it multiple times if it's good. See, that's the thing. Maybe my bias is getting at me here, because I've just never been that much of a Michael Myers fan.
I'm not either, but I know just from what we've seen on Killer Flicks from guys like Lee and Cody.
Yeah, but what did
and
the
everything.
last two make? Not much.
That's why I wish that, like, should we bring up Rob Zombie box office numbers? I think
let's
maybe
bring up the
we
Rob
should.
Zombie box office numbers.
Because that was a big event with all the popularity he was coming off
Zombie
of. From
Halloween. Let's see. All right,
I
so
think they do just list box office numbers on the either IMDb or Wiki.
Let's check IMDb's. Nope. All right. Boxing office.
Why is it so?
There we go. Opening weekend 30 million. Gross was 58 million. The Rob Zombie Halloween reboot was $58 million total.
And it only did 80 worldwide.
Worldwide gross was 80.
How about
it made 65 million. I'm seeing 58 on IMDb for the first one. Let's see Halloween 2 if that's any different. Is that changing your opinion at all?
No, not necessarily, because I feel like the fervor is there right now.
I got your fervor swinging.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Gross, $33 million for the second one.
Yeah, the second one pretty much.
You guys are nuts! You guys are nuts! You guys are nuts!
I think it's because of the fact that the purists really didn't like that first Rob Zombie one very much. They didn't like the reimagining.
Horse manure. People enjoyed it. It made more than the first one.
They were 50-50. It was a divisive film, to be fair.
This is garbage. No Halloween movies broke 100 million.
That's what Ben Grimm, I think, said earlier. So.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been saying. You guys are wrong.
Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one to do it, man.
Okay, Mr. Optimismo. All right, guys. I think that's as good a place to call the news as any. We're not getting any specific questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and
just
pull
accept your fate.
Just accept your fate, Brandon. Ooh, we're gonna do this.
I
man.
will accept my fate.
All right, guys.
I'm getting metal here. Anyway.
Well, guess what? You have Rob Zombie. We're going to be reviewing all the Halloween movies leading up to the new one, but specifically Halloween 2 was requested by a patron, so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff for our patrons. We have a lot of patrons already, so we have a lot. We have at least 3 commentaries we're going to do from this month, and then some reviews, which will be live on Patreon first. So if you want to see those, make sure you click that link to become a patron. And $5 a month is all you need to do in order to be able to see this stuff early. $10 a month means you can choose a review for us to do. And $15 a month means that you can actually choose us to do a commentary and a movie to review. So you can control a lot of content on the channel by just clicking that link down there. So,
but at the end of the day, we love all of you, and we're still going to do everything free that you've already seen before. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a lot more work we're creating for ourselves, but you guys are helping to contribute to the channel. So thank you guys very much for watching. We appreciate you. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
I've been Jaime Fuego. Gracias.
And remember, stay scared
of Halloween making over 100 million.
Never going to happen.
This is a new time for horror. Horror is back in vogue.
Now to record like 8 Jurassic Park reviews.
Yeah.